Hello, here we are, week 202. I've got no Stool today because I'm doing a water change on the spawning tank and I heat the water up in a bucket which I put on the Stool. So I've got nothing to sit on. Why is that, you may ask? Because that tank runs at, it's currently at 28.1 and I mix my salt to about 25, which is where this tank is at the moment, 25 and a half. Because it's a small tank, I bring it up the temperature rather than have a temperature drop. Right, let me just chuck some food in. So, what have we done this week? I have done some plumbing on the sump, which is going under there. So if you look at that very little short video clip, that is, I don't think I've got any left actually. That's the flexible piping that I was saying that I bought, which is, I think it's 38mm. So it's quite big, as you can see, but it's ideal for threading through all those existing pipes. And I've just kind of bent it around and into the sump. Zip tied it. I love a zip tie. Zip ties are reefer's friends because it doesn't rot. Yeah, so that is kind of ready, and the other end of it I've just put like a straight connector on. I was originally going to connect them all up, pipe weld them so it was all solid, and I just thought I don't need to do that really. So I'm going to come out of this sump with a 25mm pipe and I'm just going to drop it into the top of that 40mm, 38mm, whatever it is, and just leave it like that. Doesn't need to be sealed really, does it? It's a big drain. It's going to be very slow flow through it rather. I've just bought another 3 reducers that I need from 25mm to 20, which means I can now get the inflow pipe work finished, and I'm going to fit a small secondary drain as well just in case, and I'm just going to do it out of the flexible pipe that I've got left, which is 20mm. So I'm hoping that this week even, I'll have that finished, and then I will be able to, I'll fill it with RO and soak it all, then I will empty it, and then I will just, when I do a water change, I will just slowly fill that up as well. And then when that's done, then I can leave it for a week or two, then move the contents of that tank down there, up here, which then leaves me to get on with that down there. So I will be able to take it all out and muck around with it. So hopefully that will take place in the next couple of weeks. So last week I spoke about the Abyzz AFC, I think it's called. Yeah, Abyzz Flow, yeah, AFC 150, which I tried out in the tank and I bought it basically. So I took it back to the shop because it wasn't mine, and they went, "We'll keep that one, pay for it." So I bought it back the same day. I actually blew quite a large chunk of my rockscape over. So I've got I don't know what you call it, like a little bommy I suppose, but it's got a sort of branch that goes off and wedges into another piece of rockwork. I've got to be honest, I thought I'd glued it, but if I had, it's broken at that joint. But anyway, I came in, I don't know, 2 or 3 days ago, and I was just, you know, you just look at your tank and you go, something different. And it took me a while when I was sort of staring at it, and then I'm looking at a coral going, why is that poking up that way, and why has that bit got bits of coral broken off of it? And I realised the whole thing had just blown over and sort of wedged. So I've snapped some bits of coral off. It's a bit of a shame, but yeah. So that's basically that Abyzz pump, as it makes such a wall of water when it fires up. Got to run it. I've got random flow on it at the moment. It's running between, I think, 50 and 80%. So when it ramps up to 80, obviously that rock work was a little bit unstable and it blew over. So I've wedged it in better now. So it's been the last few days. Yeah, so all I need to do with that pump, so there's a picture of the pumps, as you can see at the moment, it's just kind of wedged on a rock into the corner of the tank. And I am getting the Coast Reefer, who I contacted, gave him the dimensions of the pump. I gave him a schematic, which you can get off the Abyzz website, and gives all the sizes, and he's making that kind of mount for it. And the tank, not the tank, but the pump, I mean, that's right at the front of the pump. God, lost the ability to talk. That pump, but currently at the front of the tank, I'm going to put it in the back of the tank because I don't really want to see it, and it gives the same flow at the back as it will at the front, because the idea is just to sort of drive water up and into the overflow down there. So I like it. It's very quiet, very energy efficient, and very expensive. So that's what it is. And other than that, I've bought these test kits. I've bought test kits for years, probably, to be honest, because I normally use the Trident, but as I said, it's not working. So I've bought myself some test kits because the numbers on the Trident make no sense whatsoever. So I did check last week, but I noticed that some of the test kits were not out of date, but getting close to the end of the date. They've been sitting in that cupboard for months and months. So I just wanted to check that they were actually giving me something that made sense. So I bought some new ones. So these run out 2027 and 2029 for that carbonate test. It's quite a long time. Yeah, so I'm going to do that today. I'm going to change a water change on the spawning tank, water change on the big tank, and I mean, it's another week, guys, where everything's just what they would out here. Everything's just work. That's wood. Yeah, everything just seems to be ticking away. So, yeah, I think that's it. I haven't really got anything to add that I can think of. So, that is going to be very short and sweet. I'm going to wrap it there because I've got lots I want to get on with, really. So, I will see you in the next one. Have a good week. Goodbye.